at a time. Okay? And what we're going to do, students should pass the item around the circle as the music plays. So when the music stops, the people with the item who have received the gift will say thank you from the person. As the music stops, you'll say thank you. And your response will be, you're welcome. Okay? Just the basics, simple principle of saying thank you, you're welcome, showing that type of manners. Okay? So it's a short little activity. Play a little bit of music, and we'll just keep passing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now we grab it and we keep it going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, a little twist, we would have that, and so multiple people would be saying thank you and you're welcome. One thing to extend it, now when receiving it, we're going to give that eye contact, because showing eye contact is a way of showing respect. Okay? So that's the next step. Here we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Now, as you did that, you would then have follow-up conversations. How did it make you feel when someone said thank you? How did it make you feel when someone said you're welcome? Okay? Now, as we're going to pass this around, the next step we're going to say, may I please have the gift when the music stops? You're going to turn to the next person, so when the music stops on me, the person who would go to next would say,
May I please have the gift?
there you go,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So now we build on that, okay? As the music starts, right? Here we go.
Oh, may I please have the gift?
Yes. You're welcome.
May I please have that gift? Wonderful, thank you.
You're welcome.
May I please have that gift?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So at that point, this is something you would build on with your students. Just teaching them basic, simple fundamentals of saying thank you, you're welcome, eye contact. Okay, you can relate it to respect. So now when a kid in the classroom says, can someone borrow me a pencil? You're saying,
Loan me a pencil?
yeah, loan me a pencil, thank you. Thank you. My brain kind of checks out at 4. So at that point, you would say, yes, you can. And now you're building that in the classroom and you make it relevant to them, okay? Then at the end, what you would do, you give the students a little time to reflect. I put now and laters on here because then you would make the connection of now and later, what you can do now and what you can do later. So you would have a conversation. So at this point, we're going to pair, just elbow partner, pair with someone, and I'm going to give you a couple questions to kind of think about. Discuss how it felt to give, and or how does it feel to give a person a gift? Okay? How does it make you feel when someone says thank you? What are some other things we can do, or kind deeds, kind gifts? What can we do to other people to show that respect? Okay? So as you look at the you, there's 3 little questions right there. With your elbow partner, I'm going to say your elbow partner to your right. I'll make it easy. If you can.
That's everyone.
I was hoping it would stop by you. I was hoping that.
I get her.
Everybody's turning away from me.
Okay. Just pick a partner.
That makes them feel bad.
I could use the Shake app if I wanted to. We're just gonna, for time's sake, peek, team up, team up, team up, team up, team up,
How do you feel when something's
team up, team up, team up.
I,
Sound good? Here we go.
anger and even you put a lot into it.
You know what I mean?
I feel similarly. Sometimes I kind of feel embarrassed.
You know what
I don't always want to have a big conversation about it.
You know what I mean?
I look at like
I feel like you're not gonna have a still have to have this conversation all day.
And sometimes it's
You
even more
get it.
hard.
You still have to look at the person, you still have to speak, you might appreciate it so much, thoughtful,
One super nice thing to say.
About one more minute, start wrapping up conversations.
She doesn't. She didn't tell. Other gifts? What other kind of gifts we get each other?
I think the biggest gift we give each other, especially in school days, is like patience.
MCP, if you can hear me, clap once. MCP, if you can hear me, clap twice. MCP, if you can hear me, clap 3 times. Bringing it back. Okay, now, at that point, would there be anyone who would be willing to share you and your partner's responses? Anyone willing to share your answers to the questions? Discuss how it...
Do you want me to fix it?
Sure!
All right.
Fix it. Here's our app.
Another
What
app
do you
that I
know?
love.
Bam!
Another app that I love. We always say Pixit, right? This one is actually called Stick Pix. I think there's probably some sort of copyright on Pixit. But I already put all your names in there. Oh, actually, I did that. I did put it in there. How many stars did we earn during that conversation? Wow, you guys! This is awesome. Look at how many stars we earned during that conversation. We must have kept it under. And I just want to show you real quick. What happens when it goes really loud? What happens? Yeah, the screen breaks when you go super loud. Yeah. So, I don't know. So anyways, this one is called Stick Pix, and I have you all under my MCP Rock Stars. And I go to sticks right here, and you all have your own pick stick. But the coolest part about pick sticks, you guys, is you can also vary. I'm just gonna pick stick now. I'm gonna talk about it later. Okay, so let's pick stick right now. Chin.
How does it feel when someone says thank you?
Okay. It feels really good. I feel appreciated. Makes me want to do whatever I did again.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
So chin goes into used, and I can pick again. Jones.
Ms. Jones?
Am I answering the same question?
What other kinds of gifts can we give each other?
Time, support, hugs.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Sure. Other things that we can give are time, support, and hugs.
Thank you for being courageous and sharing out in front of the group.
You're welcome.
Good? One more? Can we do one more?
Sure.
Awesome.
Willis.
Willis, what other kinds of gifts can we give each other?
Chocolate is a gift that you can give someone else.
Thank you for using a complete
You're
sentence.
welcome.
You changed it up on me. You changed it up on me.
No, gotta mix that up.
you do
Good writing
definitely.
skills.
Absolutely. So then, at the end of this, to make it real, you can make a little poster board, and then you can give kids an opportunity to recognize when other kids are saying thank you and using their manners, and post it up there. And you can challenge yourself to, let's make sure we can get everyone on the board today. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? And see how it can build that community in your classroom. Okay. How do you guys feel? Pretty good, okay? I know it's a shortened version, but this is an example of a productivity lesson that you can use in your lessons for respect and whatnot to help each other, okay? Now, Suzanne has a couple more apps that she would like to share, right?
I just want to talk a little bit more about this one because it's super awesome. Here's the thing about stick picks. When I add somebody to the list, I can go to my classes. You guys are my MCP rock stars. I can go to the sticks, or I can go to my roster, which is right here. If I add somebody, it's gonna ask me. This is the most awesome part. Hang on, I gotta look at it for a second. So I'm going to add Swan, and then it's going to ask me what kind of questions do I want to ask Swan. Am I using Bloom's? Am I using Bloom's Revise? Or am I using ESL strand of questions? So I'm going to go to Bloom's Revise, and then it's going to ask me again, what is her weakness or her challenge within Bloom's? Is it remembering, understanding, applying? And it goes all the way up the Bloom's ladder. So I'm going to go to Analyzing, and then I'm going to go to Done. Now, when I have my pick sticks, if you notice when I picked you, it had a whole line of sentence starters or question starters. So if I pick one person, Fergoso, I put her under Analyzing. So it gave me a whole list of sentence question starters because I know that for her and Bloom's, I want to work on analyzing what we had already just were focusing on or anything. So some of the sentence starters is what ideas justify, how is blank similar to blank, how is blank related to blank, what is the theme of, what motive is there behind. So it gives you all these awesome, awesome question starters depending on where you rated them and where you want to. Maybe you want your whole class at comprehension. Level them all for comprehension, and then everyone that comes up. So I'm really, and this is also really portable because it's on your phone. How many of you guys take your pick stick jars to lunch and recess and stuff with you? Nobody, right? So this is also pretty portable if you just want to have that maybe when they're lining up at the bathroom or lining up for recess and you want to give them a quick little something, something. I'm just in love with this app. So there's a free version, and then this one is like $2.50. $2.99. $2.99. So should we use Team Shake one more time and get into the groups?
Let's Team Shake it up,
All
and
right.
then we can share some of our best practices.
So why don't you, I'll bring it up, and why don't you tell them what they're going to be doing in their groups?
Okay, what you're going to do in your group, you're going to kind of share some ideas, everyone should have brought a proactivity lesson. What you guys are going to do is kind of look at each other's and share a takeaway that you can take from each other's proactivity lesson, and then how you can implement it in your classroom. Okay, once again, what we're going to do, we're going to collect these at the end. So before you guys leave, we would appreciate you to put them in a pile so we can scan them and send them to you, because now we have more proactivity lessons to put in our binder. So I know when I was teaching, I used to go online and look up, okay, what can I do about courage?
Yeah.
And then you're looking through all this. Now these are so easily accessible to you right now, and they're all grade appropriate. You know what I mean? Sometimes I would look at lessons for second grade, but they're like, oh, middle school gauged. And you're like, dang, this would be a really good lesson. Then you're contemplating, how am I going to bring this down to my kid's level? You know what I mean? Right here, we're sharing each other's. We have great teachers in our school, in our organization. Let's share each other's ideas so we can work better and teach our kids more character.
And if you didn't bring one, it's okay, because we're all going to get everybody's. And if you brought more than one, the overachievers in the group, share one, and then, so with the groups to make sure. We might, the way Team Shake runs, we might all be bringing courage or something, but we know that you're going to get all of them at the end. So, was there anybody else that didn't get teamed up? I took
Miss
Miller out. Nygaard, great. So I'm going to add Nygaard right here.
Johnson out?
And take Johnson out?
No, did you? 'Cause
No.
I know you mentioned, okay. Just making sure she's still in there.
Johnson is still in there. I took Garrison and Miller out. All right. So I want teams of 4 people. So I switched my app right here to 4 people.
Can I shake it?
And Wright would like to shake it.
Nice.
Thanks for raising your hand, Mr. Wright.
All right, so team 1 is going to be at this table. We're just going to clockwise around. Team 1 is going to be Ditto, Johnson, Jones, and Fergoso.
Right here?
Right here.
Perfect.
Team 2 at this table is going to be Brewery, Cullen, Swan, and Toll. Team 3 at this table is going to be Chin, Klimas, Watts, and Willis. Team 4 at this table is going to be Edam, Fitzgerald, Foster, and Nygaard. And up in the front is going to be Team 5, Camp, Wahlberg, and Wright.
That's a Sprite.
You can be
Front and center in this entire.
Hi, Betsy.